everybody, this is Cathy from Whole Home and Body Health, and today I want to test a vehicle for EMFs, and the specific vehicle I'm going to test today is a Ford Escape. So we are here in cold and blustery Missouri, and here is the vehicle I will be testing for you today. It is a 2017 Ford Escape, and so let's see what kind of levels we get. Alright, now we are driving the car. This is in the back seat and the electric field, and I'm getting about, fluctuating a little between 4, 5, 3 volts per meter, relatively low. I'm going to put it on the floor and see if we get any different reading. Still relatively low here for our car purposes, and now I'm going to put it on the other side of the back seat. Alright, this is where I was sitting, and it's fluctuating up to 5, 6, 11 volts per meter. Still pretty good. Now I'm going to put it on the floor. 3, 2, 1 volt per meter. Alright, this is the floor of the back seat behind the passenger side, and the levels are about the same, fluctuating between about 5 to 11 volts per meter. Now I'm going to put it in the front seat. Alright, here's the front seat. We've got about 15 to 22-ish volts per meter, so a little bit higher on the front seat. Let's see what it looks like on the floor. About the same on the floor of the passenger side, and electric fields are pretty low on the driver's side as well. I did have it over there a second ago, but we've got someone driving the vehicle, so I want to be cautious, but the levels were quite low, even lower than right next to the panel here. So electric fields are pretty low throughout the car, relatively speaking. So now let's test the magnetic fields. Okay, now we have the meter in the back seat behind the driver's side, and we're testing the magnetic field. And what I'm finding is that the magnetic field tends to be highest when we're braking. So we're stopped at a red light right now, and it's 1.3. And when we get moving, this number is likely going to change. Alright, so we're accelerating. It went up to almost 4 milligauss. And now we're still accelerating. It's about 0.6. Let's see what it is on the floor. Almost a 0.1 when we're accelerating. Here we are in the middle seat in the back. 0.4, we are accelerating rapidly. Let's put it on this back seat of the passenger side. We're at about 1.6, 1.8 milligauss. If we put it on the floor, so it is fluctuating on the floor behind the passenger side up to about 6 milligauss. So that's the highest we've gotten so far. Now this is the front passenger side. We've got about 0.6. And on the floor of the passenger side, we've got about 2.3, almost 3. Okay, now in the front seat, near the dashboard of the passenger side, I'm getting about 1.6 milligauss. Now keep in mind, we want these numbers under 0.2 for magnetic fields, but we're in a car with a lot of motors and fans and all of these things, so we're trying to do the best we can. And actually, for many of the cars that I've tested, 1.6, 1.3 is really quite low, relatively low. So when I get towards the steering panel of the driver's side, we're at about 1.6. 1.6, that's much lower than I typically see. And I did measure down at the feet of the driver's side, and the highest reading I got was around what I'm getting right now, which is about 2.3, 2.2. It's difficult to see. It looks like the highest level I'm getting is right here next to the driver's side leg, and we are at a stop at a light because I don't want to do this while we're driving. So that's the biggest exposure I'm getting, which is up to about 8 milligauss. Right here it does drop off with a couple of feet down to 5, so you're probably getting about 5 milligauss next to the leg level, and this is somewhat similar. I'm getting about 5 milligauss next to the legs of the passenger side as well. So it appears that most of the magnetic fields are in this section here, but otherwise the levels are quite low. Relatively to what I normally find in a vehicle. And so now I'm going to switch and I'm going to test radio frequency. Okay folks, sorry that we had some technical difficulties with the video for this section, but we did find Bluetooth in the vehicle. We were not able to disengage it. The levels were again relatively low, but if you are sensitive, this is something that could be a problem. Most newer vehicles, you are unable to disengage the Bluetooth, which is unfortunate. All right, so we are done driving around in the Ford Escape 2017. To be honest, the levels I thought were pretty good, given that most vehicles have very high fields, and the levels here tended to be lower than what I normally find. So a lot of magnetic fields up in the console, the middle console, but if you're in the back seat, if you've got kids, you put it in the back seat. Not too bad, given what I normally find. So that is my review on the 2017 Ford Escape for EMF levels. If you've got any questions, please leave them below. Leave me any comments. Please be sure to subscribe and hit like so that I can continue to bring more videos like this to you and raise awareness about this very important topic. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.